deep in the forgotten jungles of LV-895, something unnatural was born. Not crafted by a hive nor bred by a queen, but twisted by an ancient bioweapon of engineer origin. This is the story of the Pathogen Queen, a mutated, unholy xenomorph that defies the laws of her species. Faster, more savage, and built for annihilation, this creature is one of the most terrifying deviations in xenomorph history. In this video, we delve into her origins, biology, behaviors, and ultimate demise. The Pathogen Queen was first encountered by the United States Colonial Marine Corps in 2202, during a mission to the remote and hostile world of LV-895. This planet, located in the outer reaches of explored space, is infamous for harboring remnants of the Engineers, the ancient extraterrestrial race believed to have created both humanity and the black goo pathogen. The Queen herself was originally a standard xenomorph matriarch ruling over her hive like any other. However, during an incident involving the exposure of her nest to the black goo, the Queen underwent rapid and grotesque mutation. This wasn't just physical transformation, it was a complete biological overhaul. The black goo, a mutagenic bioweapon capable of rewriting DNA on a cellular level, took over her body and purpose, sculpting her into something beyond comprehension. From that moment on, the Queen became a new apex predator, no longer interested in spreading the hive in the traditional sense. She had been sterilized but empowered, her instincts rewired to defend her territory with feral violence. Pathogen infection left her body almost unrecognizable by xenomorph standards. Her chitinous black carapace faded to a bone-white hue, a common trait seen in other creatures affected by the engineer pathogen. Her exoskeleton became denser and thicker, forming a kind of natural body armor that could resist sustained pulse rifle fire and even direct explosive hits. She developed massive tusks protruding from her jaw, indicating either an adaptation for melee combat or an intimidation display. Luminescent biospots emerged across her body, especially around her chest, back, and head crown. These pulsing, glowing regions may have been a result of unstable or accelerated cell growth due to the mutagen. Her right arm evolved into a grotesque club-like appendage fused with hardened bone and dense muscle tissue. This club arm was used to crush and batter intruders with devastating force. Even her tail and dorsal tubes, normally used for sensory input or balance, were weaponized. The Queen could launch sharp, quill-like spikes from these organs, turning her body into a long-range threat as well. She wasn't just a brute. She was a living artillery platform. The most profound change in the Pathogen Queen wasn't her body, it was her mind. Unlike normal queens who exist to produce and nurture the next generation of xenomorphs, the Pathogen Queen had lost all reproductive capability. She could no longer lay eggs or support a hive through oviposition. But instead of weakening her, this loss intensified her aggression. Bereft of maternal instincts, the Queen became wholly consumed with territorial dominance and raw survival. She no longer relied on drones to protect her, she did the hunting and killing herself. Reports indicate that she patrolled her lair with terrifying speed and intelligence, actively hunting intruders long before they could approach. 17 recon drones were sent into her territory. None survived. The drones were torn apart or melted with acid, their remains found embedded in the twisted black resin of her nest. She displayed cunning rarely seen in xenomorphs, setting ambushes, attacking from shadows, and manipulating the terrain to isolate and slaughter her prey. Her behavior echoed that of a cornered beast. Every inch of LV-895 underground hive was hers, and she defended it with blind fury. In 2202, following numerous recon losses and civilian disappearances, the UAS Endeavour dispatched a hardened Colonial Marine fire team to eliminate the source of the threat. The mission, classified as high risk, involved navigating the unstable terrain of LV-895, a labyrinth of engineered ruins, biotechnological anomalies, and pathogen corruption. As the fire team made their way deeper into the infected nest, they encountered creatures never before catalogued. Xenomorphs twisted by the black goo, some with crystalline growths, others with translucent bone and rapid regenerative capabilities. At the heart of this grotesque domain, they finally faced the Pathogen Queen. Towering above them, she emerged from a cocooned wall of flesh and bone, her white body glowing in the dim green light. The fight that followed was a war of attrition. Grenades exploded against her armor, acid sprayed across the fire team, and quills ricocheted off walls and into human flesh. But through precise coordination, use of heavy firepower, and baiting her into environmental hazards, the Marines ultimately brought the Pathogen Queen down. Her corpse collapsed with a seismic thud, acid leaking from her wounds, sizzling against the floor of her corrupted throne room. Despite her destruction, the implications of the Pathogen Queen remain unsettling. Was she a random mutation? A product of accidental contamination? Or was her existence engineered? A test by a rogue faction of engineers to create an ultimate life form that didn't rely on procreation, but only eradication. The engineer pathogen doesn't just kill, it mutates, it perfects, and in some cases, it corrupts. The Queen may have been only one of many experiments scattered across engineer testing sites throughout the galaxy. The fire team killed her body, yes, but her corrupted DNA, traces of the pathogen, and the horrific knowledge of what she became, those remain. For now, the hives are quiet. But if the black goo should seep again into the wrong veins, or if another queen is exposed, the galaxy may face something far worse than xenomorphs. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration into one of the deadliest mutations in alien lore, be sure to like, subscribe, and share with other fans of the unknown. We have more stories from the dark corners of the alien universe coming soon. Until next time, stay safe and stay away from LV-895.